review 1 of Blackware Draymond Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Rademax True Wireless Earbuds. The Rademax True Wireless Earbuds are a competitor for some of the smaller versions on the market, kind of similar to the Galaxy Buds but not exactly the same. One of the things that you would notice by looking at the box is it gives you a very good idea of what is in the box before you actually open it. Unlike some of those other more generic products that just kind of try to imitate the AirPods or the Galaxy Buds, you're gonna actually have some of the features, like you have your hi-fi audio, you have your independent audio channels, so if you try to listen from your left side or your right side, you're still going to get stereo sound, and you won't get that cutoff when you try to disconnect your headphones and you have that reconnecting time that's pretty annoying. If you take a look around the box, you'll also see that there's a few other specifications, such as the fact that it's able to be used as a power bank also. So that's really good, knowing that if your cell phone's running low, you could always use this thing to top up. It's not got the biggest battery. It's probably about 2,000 milliamps, so that'll do something. It's definitely better than not being able to charge your phone, God forbid, but at the same time, you're using whatever would be charging these headphones when you're out and about. Let's see. As far as the look of them, they look like they're pretty good quality, and we'll just have to open the box and see. So let's jump on in and see what we actually get out of this box. The first thing you notice once you open it is there's a pretty good presentation of the headphones in their case. You have a little charging wire here, which is actually USB-C, which is not very common. Most of these tend to use USB micro, and it's quite annoying because you're running around with a smartphone that uses USB-C, and you also have this thing that requires USB-C now, but it would have been like micro, and you would have been like, oh my god, now I gotta carry 2 cords around. No, that's not a problem. You have your different color, your different size ear tips. So you have your small, the mediums are already on them, and you have your large. These also come with little wingtips, which will help keep them in your ear longer and a little more snug. These are the ones that are just little rubber cylinders, like little rubber rings. So you could always use those, or you can use the more, I don't know if you want to use the word fancy or more angular. So once you look inside the box, you get greeted with this nice green LED that tells you the charge level, and it actually tells you the singular charge level of each earbud rather than just one. You can tap them and you'll see that the little LEDs come on. So that's how you know they're in pairing mode. It has a really nice magnetic close, so you don't have to worry about them flapping open or anything. As I said, it doubles as a power bank, so you have your output right here, which you would plug a regular micro USB or your USB-C that you have here, thank God. And this side is your USB-C for when you want to actually charge this. They don't recommend using anything above 1 amp because it does pose a possibility of shorting out. And I probably recommend doing that, because the worst thing that could happen is this thing shorts out and, you know, you just got this thing walking around with you and you can't charge it, and you can't charge the headphones that go into it. Let's see. So One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to do an audio test to see if I have any kind of interference or if there's any kind of cutouts. Alright, so now I'm going to try to pair this up and see if we get any kind of good sound out of these. Just turning them on. This is number one. This is the left side. So first thing I'm noticing is it's a pretty good snug fit. Alright, now it says it's connected. I think it's actually connected to the wrong phone. Let's see something. Okay, so right now I have them both set up in ear. They definitely have a good seal. I can still hear what's going on around me, but there is kind of that hollow sound when you have wireless earbuds in. It's alright. Let's see. I'm just going to set this up on this phone now and try to figure out where we're going from there. So when they pop up as the F11 right here on top. And let's see how quickly that connects. Got a pairing request already. Good. And we're connected with 100% power. Okay, so I'm not getting anything right now, considering it's just the intro of the song, but I'm going to fast forward a little and see exactly what we'll get towards the middle of the song, where there's a lot more, like, bass and, you know, highs and lows. So let's try from there. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing is there's a bit of distortion at higher volume levels, which, you know, that's regular for any kind of true wireless earbuds. But you do get that bass that you're looking for most of the time, but it just kind of feels a little too artificial. It doesn't really feel like the bass of an instrument. It feels like the bass of a synthesizer, or like something definitely like very artificial. But you can definitely feel the music itself, and it does feel really entrancing, and you feel like you're within the song rather than just kind of like paying attention to something that's going by. I think we might need to try a different song and see how that pans out. Maybe something of a different genre. This was something of a... This is actually a pretty popular one on a lot of YouTube videos. Alan Walker Fade. So what we're going to try is a different song. Let's try Disfigure. And this is Blank. Okay, so we're starting off pretty well. Okay, so that definitely felt a lot better, and it didn't feel as if, you know, everything was kind of like over the top for no reason. It definitely felt like all of those instruments were supposed to sound the way they sounded. One thing I'm still not really digging is the way that it kind of cuts in, but there's no drops in connection. But it feels like you're coming back from a lost connection when you first start playing. Let's fast forward to the middle of the song and see if I notice any kind of, really good things about these. Okay, so middle of the song, still feel the same. I really think these are going to be more towards the people that listen to a lot of either really soft music or really heavy music. In the middle ground, they kind of have this weird feeling to them. So I would say like EDM, pop isn't really gonna work that well because you do hear some distortion in voices, but it's not bad, but it's not the best either. But you can definitely get away with like some heavy metal, some punk. Any of those harder genres will sound really great on these. It's just going to be things like, say, I don't know if you're listening to Britney Spears or whatever, mostly like any of those like 90s pop hits aren't really going to sound proper on these. So basically the way the controls work is you tap once to play, tap once to pause. You can long press and hold, and you get your voice assistant. You do that again, and you'll play. If you double tap, you go forward one. If you triple tap, you go back one, or you go back to the beginning. Then you also have your volume controls, which I'm not sure if volume works properly with these. Yes, they do. So you hold for 2 seconds to put the volume up, and you basically hold for the same amount of seconds on the opposite ear to put the volume down. So I'm going to hold for 2 seconds, and you'll see the volume lowering. I'll hold this side for 2 seconds. So yeah, you have all your controls really. You don't really need to have your phone out whatsoever to control these, which is definitely great, because a lot of people, hate having to take their phone out to change the volume, take their phone out to change the track, or even take your phone out to activate your voice assistant. You can do all of that while these are in your ear. Once you put these back in, you do kind of have to do some gymnastics with it, because you have to put them in and rotate them. So they go in, and they go in. This is the way they would come out of your hand. And then you're going to put them in, and you're going to rotate them, and they're going to go right in there. And then you see the battery indicator tells you there's 83% on both buds together. If I tap one, I believe it should give me a battery readout for that one earbud itself. No, this is just going to tell me what I have in one, I guess, or both. See, there's 83 in that one. What do I have in the earbud itself? 83 in that one. So the battery readout you're getting is definitely going to be for the case and not the earbuds. The earbuds just have that indicator to tell you they're charging. That's it. But once you connect your phone should have a battery readout in the top corner, which would give you the proper specifications for what you're getting out of that and how many hours you have. These say they go for about 4 hours or so on a single charge, and you can get 20 hours with the battery case that it comes with. So you're looking at about a solid 18 hours, give or take, when you're listening at, high volume. But I definitely think these are worth it for the person that's looking for some active earbuds and they don't want to spend an arm and a leg or, break the bank, and you want to just give somebody a gift or something. Just throw them a pair of these and they should be happy. If they're not, then, they're ungrateful because these are pretty good, and I wouldn't say that they're something you would give as, a really prestigious gift or something, but anybody should appreciate something of this caliber if they're getting it as a gift from someone. And this is coming from someone that's received things on the high and the low end of quality. These are definitely along the higher end of quality. So that's about it for now, and I'll see you in the next review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.